Hi everyone, it's Bridget Cisco. Today I'm interviewing another couple who is not only the authors behind the book Creating a Life of Abundance, but they also were the visionaries behind this book. So welcome Andrew, welcome Meghan Hanson. How are you guys doing today?
Great. Thank you so much for having us.
Thank you for having us. Doing wonderful. Happy to be here with you.
Yeah, so amazing. So let's jump right in. Andrew, let's begin with you. Why don't you tell us a little bit more about who you are as a couple?
Okay. Well, me and Megan, we met when we were teenagers, so we were very young. And then when we were in our 20s, we decided to kind of move to New Hampshire for a new lifestyle. Really one kind of match with nature and kind of be in harmony more with the outdoors, something that we really love. So got up in the area, kind of started out maintenance guy, entry level. Megan started out file room at the bank. I ended up working my way to property manager of around 38 million in assets, 350 units. Started doing some business on the side. At the same time, Megan worked her way up to become an officer at the bank, really gaining tons of knowledge and insights there in commercial real estate. Started doing fix and flips and all kinds of things on the side. Just get us to where we're at today. Fast forward, make it a little easier here for everybody that's going to watch this and not so you're here all day. But we own 6 real estate holding companies. They all have their own unique structures, missions, succession plans. We also have 4 service companies, construction, develop, real estate, service type industry, all the way over to couples retreats now and financial freedom education, right into doing our own publishing. So that's kind of a quick snapshot in everything. And we've been together, going to be this October for 23 years. So,
Oh my gosh. So you guys are not busy at all.
right. Well, my energy level helps with that. And organization over here is tremendous. So
I love watching the two of you operate. There's such excitement, but there's also organization. So it's beautiful to see, everything that you guys create. And Andrew, thank you for the introduction. And you told us a little bit about the businesses that you run too. So let's head over to Megan. You're welcome to elaborate more on the businesses that you run. And I'd also love to know about how you guys balance being in business together and also just being a couple married for, almost 23 years.
Yeah, so obviously being together for 23 years, we know each other's strengths and weaknesses. And I think that translates well into our businesses and our experience. As Andrew mentioned, I worked at the bank for 16 years. I gained extensive knowledge in real estate, commercial lending, risk mitigation, and then Andrew running his businesses on the side definitely blends well for our companies and our structure. Not only that, I'm a board of director on a credit union of 250 million in assets. Andrew's on the supervisory committee of that same credit union. So really, it's really being in harmony with your spouse, open communication. We meet all the time together and just have, what's holding you back? What do we need to work on together? And then just having those goals for each company and the structure of our companies.
Yeah, amazing. Well, let's jump a little bit into the book. That's why everyone's here. So not only are you both the co-author of this book, but you also were the visionaries behind this book. So Andrew, can you share a little bit about, what made you want to create a book like this? Who is it for?
Yeah.
Let's talk about the book.
Well, I wanted to make a book really that was for the average person. Because I try to tell people I'm just your average guy, and when me and Megan met, we didn't have a whole lot and we kind of worked our way through. So you get this big title, Life of Abundance, but I really think a lot of it is really creating a lifestyle by design, no matter what level you're at. And just for us, personally, our personal story is it doesn't really matter what your background is, you can rise to the top. And I had a really guy who built came from a second generation family, write me a testimonial with those same words in it. And that means the world to me. And that's something that I wanted to really highlight. And I also wanted to gather authors that had really impactful stories that resonate with regular, people. And I think that's very important. When there's not all kinds of people here worth, $1 billion or those type of things, So I think that I really wanted to make, a publication that was for the average person as well, for the reader to pick up and really be inspired by the stories, the tips, and that really anybody can do it, because everything we've done has really been like a no, or it's not possible, or there's a lot of resistance along our years. And even as we started to gain success, there's still some things like who are we? We don't have big masters or MBAs in business. And so it's kind of you have that academia pressure for the
Mhm.
regular startup entrepreneur. So I think that's kind of what we've created here. I think we've created something really unique. I don't know if Megan wants to touch on a little bit of, I think she has some reasons why, and her background on what she wanted to create the story too.
Yeah, I think it goes kind of going off what you're saying. Basically, I hope the readers find our story relatable, and that it doesn't matter what your background is. If you're determined, if you have passion and perseverance, you can rise to the top. My mom only made $10,000 a year, and so that to me means, if you again have that passion and perseverance, you can make anything achievable if you set your mind to it. So
Mm.
Yeah, and there's something to be said for that. And Megan should be very proud as a woman and a board of director, under the age of 40. They have 251 million, I think, now in assets. So, she plays a critical analytical and role there at that institution. So that's really what the book is about. And we're really excited about it. And we hope that people do find the perseverance in reading the book, that it's not all going to be sunshine either. There's setbacks for all of us. We're all human. Sometimes we got to add a little bit more compassion to the things we do and the people we touch. And I hope that resonates as well through everybody's story.
Yeah, that's definitely something I noticed reading all the chapters as well, and getting to meet everyone who's contributed to this book. Everyone's very grounded, down to earth, relatable people who have done some incredible things and, are humans at the same time. So I think that's what I really appreciate about all these chapters and everything that's in this book, is that anyone who's reading it can really relate to it on a personal level, a professional level, a business level, so many different aspects of life. So let's go into a little bit more about your chapter specifically. If you can share some, tangible lessons or takeaways that someone can leave with after reading your chapter.
Well, I think they'll see for me that, I hit some really cool successes. Young Professional of the Year award when I was 28, and some big board of director roles, and some good strong income levels, and really big wins, but also faced a back injury and a setback that a lot of people can feel. I mean, a lot of people can feel a medical setback. So I hope it shows a little bit of, yeah, you can be prepared for when it could happen to you. It's not if, it's when. And I think a lot of our story is going to help people with that. And especially with where we preach entity structures and trust and wills and all this stuff that we're always going on about, that we kind of put a lot of emphasis on and think is very important, especially as you grow your businesses and everything you're doing together. So I think people will pull that out, is to, things are going to happen to them. Despite the journey they're on in entrepreneurship, and maybe to be a little bit more prepared. Um,
yeah, definitely. I think that, everybody's going to have their highs and lows. And it's really, how do you get through those highs and lows? Do you find mentors? Do you find friends that you can confide in, and make it through? Because, there are two paths in life, and the hard road is hard, but it does get easier over time. We have 10 companies, and every time we create a new company, it's easier every time, because we know the knowledge, we have the structure, we can work through it faster. So it's just gaining that experience too. So,
yeah, I think it will teach people to build kind of a foundation, and some of my preaches is, the turtle can win the race, and you got to know when to put the shell on and slow down. And I think overall people will pull out, it's like lifestyle by design. And it doesn't matter what people tell you, if you have a dream, you can really make it a reality. And I think that's really, really important for people to take away, because there's going to be people that tell you what their fears are and what they're feeling, and all their pressures in life are going to pour it on you on maybe a great idea you have. And a lot of people let them hold that back from making it a reality. I mean, we're already going down to Florida. It's one of our favorite places. And, people said, oh, that's impossible. How could you ever do that? I turned 40 this year, so I've hit that number. But, we did this before we were 40, and, that's not possible. The normal mantra of, you got to wait till you're 55 or 65, or your pension kicks in, or you're fully retired. I think you can break the normal change, and don't listen to everybody's fears. I do believe you do need to be the turtle and use caution, and do things right. Like Megan said, take the hard road. Might take you a little longer to get there, but it will be worth it to you for those ifs when they do pop up and create setbacks for us.
Right. So here's a question. Does someone need to be in business with their partner to read this book, or who is this book for?
I don't think necessarily they need to be in business with their partner. But of course, there are going to be couples that are going to read this book or maybe give it to their spouse. That's one of the questions that we do get asked a lot is how, I'm in business, I'm an entrepreneur. How do I get my spouse on board? And we definitely talk about that. We do hold retreats twice a year, and that's a topic that we talk about, is how to get that spouse on board, whether it's just, slowly getting them into the business, and sometimes it's just, are they taking care of the children, but they're supporting you in the business? That could be another aspect of being in business with your partner.
Sometimes your wife might have a really great hobby that uh, needs to be propped up, and she can actually make a little side money on it for the family, and something she enjoys doing this too. Or you can build her into the business. I watched a partner build, his wife into the office and those type of things. So there's different ways. I think you can do it, and not necessarily think you have to be in business with them already. Maybe starting out, maybe one already is and needs support. Maybe one has like a really great gift and they're doing that, and now they need to share that gift with more people to monetize that, and that will benefit you. And we've met some great people that it's a prime example. And I think that's important to know. I think it's people that maybe want tips of the real estate industry, short-term rentals. Maybe they want to hear some just ground up journeys of people that are in business together with their family, how they've included them. Maybe even some pain points that have come up. Like some people have mentioned different time loss and things that we put time towards that we shouldn't at certain times in our journeys as entrepreneurs. I think, like Megan said, that's kind of what she plugged our retreats, which is a great time for that. And we're building out more things for those retreats and workbooks and deeper sessions. So we're real excited to keep building that for couples. And I think a lot of us, we worry about business, but we forget about like the health together. And that's one thing that me and Megan try to do, and kayak together and be in nature and harmony and these things that most of us are forget about because we get so busy wrapped up in what we're doing. Because our business, whatever it is, becomes our baby a lot of times. And so I know the struggles. So we try to really help people through those and guide them along their journey.
Beautiful. So this book is being published by your company, Cash Street Press, but what are some of the other, goals that the two of you have as a couple?
So the biggest goals that we have are continuing to serve and make an impact on others through our business and philanthropic and charitable efforts. For instance, Andrew went down to Florida to help rebuild from Hurricane Ian, with 8 Days of Hope. Obviously, we are on the credit union board of directors and the supervisory committee. It's just, giving back to the local communities, volunteering, and then again, being able to serve the clients that we have through our businesses, providing, whether it's pond life vacation rentals, providing, waterfront properties for their vacation needs.
Yeah, we really want to make an impact on people. So it's like we understand, for instance, Pond Life, like Megan quoted, we understand how hard it is to save the money to come up for a weekend vacation. So we try to really put 120% back into everything that we're doing, all of our businesses. And we're at a different stage in life where I've had big ups and big downs and really big wins in business, but I'm really impacting other people, getting messages, personal cards from people, getting certain things where you're impacting other people's lives and helping their path is really awesome for us. And we want to do that through, of course, through our businesses, but we also like to donate, like Megan said, with her time. She also serves, she forgot, on as a secretary on the Association for the Pond. So we try to give back in many ways as we can to other people. And I think that's huge. I think for entrepreneurs, if we learn to give back in a lot of different ways than just monetary, it opens up a lot of doors. Cash Street Technologies has the 4 bars on our logo, and that's one of the bars is for nonprofit, whether it be faith-based or not, or just, regular volunteering. This is a way to get yourself out there, open doors, give back, pour into people. People will pour into you. So a lot of our mission now in life is to try to serve as much people as we can, make an impact, and we do that through of course, our businesses, and hopefully through these author stories that we're publishing because they're really inspiring people.
Absolutely. Well, this book is coming out on October 4th. So anyone who is watching this video, or maybe you've already gotten yourself a copy, make sure that you share this with a friend. Go check out Cash Street Press online. You can go talk to them if you have a book idea. And thank you so much for being here today. Any last minute thoughts, words, reflections?
No, I think I just want to personally thank you for being so supportive of us, and I appreciate you interviewing us.
Of course.
Yeah. We appreciate you, Bridget, very much. And yeah, anybody wants to reach out to us, it's easy to find us on all our different socials, and just find us, and we'll see how we can help you out.
Beautiful. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.